Hi, this is Lefty Dad, and I'm going to be playing a game on PC Replay Baseball from June 21st, 1948, between the Cleveland Indians and the New York Yankees. It's the second game of a doubleheader, and it's quite a pennant race. Cleveland came in first place and won the World Series in 1948. New York won the first game of the doubleheader 7-3. Eddie Lopat was the winner. He's 9-6 now in this season, and Joe DiMaggio hit his 21st home run. You can see that pulled New York within 2.5 games of the Cleveland Indians. So let's get to the game. And for this game, it looks like, because it's a doubleheader, it's going to be a kind of a spot starter for both teams. I'm using the real transactions for this season and the real lineups, the as-played lineups. So I'm going to be managing the Yankees, and Cleveland will be managed by the AI, which is really excellent. You can see that New York has won 5 in a row. Cleveland had been winning quite a few in a row, but of course they lost the first game of the doubleheader. And you can see the current stats. All of these stats are stats from the game, from the replay, not their total stats. You can see that Dale Mitchell is hitting .371 in this replay, and he's leading the league in hitting, in fact. So we'll go now to Yankee Stadium, 1948. Hiller is on the mound. Now if I right click on him, I guess I have to wait until he's pitched to one hitter, and that's a ground out to Snuffy Sternweiss. Now I can right click. Oh, I left click on Hiller, and I can see what his real stats are down here, and he's underperforming. In his real stats for 1948, an earned run average of 4.04. Right now it's 5.56. You see all this great information too you get from Hiller that the game provides. So now Doby is at bat, hitting .310, and this is his rookie season. And it looks like he lined out to third base. I'm going to set this so that I have to click it to continue on in case I wanted to explain anything. Otherwise it just goes right on to the next hitter, which is how it normally should be if you want to do a replay. And I'm replaying every game of this 1948 season. I didn't know a lot about the 1948 season, but I'm glad I am doing this, because it really is showing me a lot of insight into how things worked in 1948. So Hiller is now, and Hiller can go pretty far into the game. He's got 29 batters faced yet. I guess he had 31 up here. You can look up here, 31 batters that he can face normally, so he's already faced 2. Now, Henrik Edwards is underperforming this year. He hit .269, no power really. He's already got 2 home runs, he only had 3, but he's way under, but they're still in first place. And he's hits a fly out to DiMaggio. We'll see. DiMaggio most likely it'll be a fly out to center. If these dice are a 6-2 or higher, which is practically impossible, it'll be a single, and it's a 4-3. So we move to the bottom of the first. Gromik is pitching. He's only had 3 starts. He's been in 17 games as a relief pitcher, and he's really doing quite well. And you can see he had a complete game shutout for Cleveland on June 6th. Sternweiss is having a very good year, and they traded Joe Gordon from the Yankees to Cleveland, and they thought he was washed up. And Sternweiss, who I think he led the league in hitting during the World War II years, but he's hitting .277. Joe Gordon came back, and let's see if I guess I can't click on him yet. I could go up here and see. Gordon came back and hit .280 with 32 home runs for Cleveland, so he kind of had his revenge, and he's really doing about what he did last year in terms of what he did in that year in terms of the replay. 278 for 280, got 17 home runs, had 32. So the first pitch, Sternweiss probably won't get a hit. He's got to get a 56 up here or higher, and he does. He gets a 61. So he's on. And now Heinrich, who's hitting tremendously well, 338. And that probably, well, we're going to see if it's a wild pitch. Gromik up here under his WP wild pitch, he's got a 3. It is going to be a wild pitch, so he has a 3, like I say. If the 6-sided dice roll is 3 or less, it's a hold. Higher, it's a wild pitch. It's not a wild pitch. Okay, Heinrich is going to hit again. This could be a double play, and it is. So, unfortunately, Heinrich hits it a double play. Yogi Berra having a good year, 298. I don't know if this is his rookie year or not, but it's one of his first seasons. In fact, I can see here. Oh, he hits a home run. He hits his 9th home run of the year. This game has great sound. I have the sound turned off because it would be too distracting, but let's see Berra. You can see here, so he made his debut at the end of the 46th season, so this is not his rookie year. I guess last year would have really been considered his rookie year. I don't know how many games he played last year, though. Okay, DiMaggio is up, having a great year, 21 home runs. And Boudreaux, who's a great fielder, it was a tough ground ball, but he got the out. Now Cleveland's up top of the second, and the Yankees are leading the second game of the doubleheader. They're 2.5 games out of first place, trailing Cleveland. Yogi Berra put them up 1-0, and Hiller walks Boudreaux. Boudreaux is interesting because Boudreaux only struck out of 560 at-bats. He struck out 9 times. And so far, we're over halfway to that mark. With 307 at-bats, he's only struck out once. So that's a pretty incredible statistic. There's a hit-and-run play. Now, if this 6-sided dice roll is a 2 or a 6, anything above a 1, the runner on second will be out, otherwise the runner on first will be out, and that's because Sternweiss is a really excellent fielder, but it's a 1, so very, very unusual outcome here. Sternweiss decided to let the lead runner go to second. Kelter is having a good season. We'll see if Heinrich is a good enough outfielder to catch this. It's into the gap. He's got about a 50-50 chance of catching it, otherwise it's going to be a double, and he catches it. So the Yankees have really gotten all the breaks so far in this doubleheader. Now Eddie Robinson is at bat, and he clobbers a double to left field, so it's tied up. So I don't know. Hiller has not done well this season. He's had 5 starts. He's been in 10 games as a reliever, pitched 35 innings. Here's Jim Hegan, not really known for his hitting, 232 so far. And Billy, now we're back to the bottom of the first, tied up. Billy Johnson is up, and he's 29 years old and having a phenomenal season, 334. This could be an error on Robinson. We'll see. This particular dice roll indicate, but it's not. Robinson doesn't commit too many errors. So here's McQuinn. McQuinn's 38 years old. He's been doing great lately in this replay. And in fact, I can look up here, click box score, click season series stats. You can see New York leads because they won the first game of the doubleheader, and you can see in this game, McQuinn went, our last game he went 1 for 4. But in the last 10 games or so, he's had some really big hits to help the Yankees get into second place. This particular at-bat, he strikes out, and now Cliff Mapes, I think that's how you pronounce his name, who didn't play much, but they've been putting him in left field. I think he also is a catcher. No, he's an outfielder. He's fast. He can run fast. Boudreaux is an excellent shortstop, and he is able to get the third out. Now we're at the top of the first. Gromik is up, and this is going to be a short fly out to left field. Mitchell, who again is the batting leader, he was, I think, 371. Maybe when we went into the game, he dropped a point. But he's the leading hitter, and I think he's going to get a hit. We'll see. It'll all depend on if Henrik can catch the ball. And again, it's about a 50-50 chance. He does not this time. So Mitchell does get a hit. He's the leading hitter. Doby, tremendous or good power. He wasn't last year, or that particular year, he had 14 home runs, but he went on to be a tremendous power hitter, and he just barely lines out to second. That's he got a 3 column here with a 3 row, 6 column, or 6 row up here, and actually here. So the white 2 is the 2 row for the hitter, the 6 is the 6 row for the pitcher, and then the red 3 means the red column, or the 3 column, and that's 14, or 4 plus 11 makes 15. 15 is a line out. If this would have been a 5, this is really bad for Hiller. So normally it would be a lot better than this. It would have been a double or a triple, but he lucked out. And you can see that replay is, in my opinion, by far the best board game, or this is a direct port of the board game, or PC game. I mean, it's spectacular in terms of how it displays. All the stats are there, and if you're going to replay a season, this is the only way to go. Okay, so there are now 2 outs. Hank Edwards is up. You can see down here he flew out to center the last time he was up, and he fouls out to second base. So we'll go to the bottom of the third now. Tie game. Phil Rizzuto, he just is not hitting. He's hitting 209. I think that he hit 252. He should be doing a lot better. We'll see. He's about halfway through the season. This is not going to be a hit. It's going to be a ground out to Boudreaux. Now Hiller is up, and Gromik has 21 batters he can face yet. You can see over here Hiller has 19, and that's going to be a ground out to the pitcher. Sternweiss is up. He singled in the top of the first. Now he walks, and you can see he's a 4 runner. 5 is the best. So I could change this to go for it, where he'll try to run the bases more recklessly, play it safe if I'm behind in the last inning or something, but I'm just going to put it on normal. Henrik probably going to strike out. Yeah, he strikes out. So pitcher's duel. Boudreaux's up. See if we can strike him out. No, he's going to walk. He walks the leadoff man. Always bad. Gordon is up. Gordon is always a threat. He grounded out to the second baseman last time, but I think it's going to be all, oh no, Rizzuto is just good enough. Normally, if you're playing halfway for the double play, you have the ball go off your glove. So Rizzuto was good enough to avoid that, but now we have a runner on second with 1 out. Keltner is up. This could be off the glove. No, it's not. I guess the Yankees have good enough defense. Both of them are rated 2 in terms of their good enough defense. Both of them are rated 2, which is really good. The entire infield is either a 2 or a 1, so they really have a great infield. Now we have 2 out, runner on third. Eddie Robinson is up. He's a left-handed batter against a right-handed pitcher, so he has an advantage, but this is going to be a ground out to the shortstop. So on we go. Bottom of the third, and Yogi Berra gets a hit, so he's 2 for 2. And now DiMaggio is up. DiMaggio has just been great. He's 33 years old, and he is going to do a little ground out to the catcher, who throws out Berra at second. Now this has an automatic steal system, which I think is great, because then I don't have to worry about having runners get trying to pick off runners, or having runners try to get a jump and all that kind of stuff. It's very accurate. It's very statistically accurate. And now this is kind of a safe steal. DiMaggio will only steal if he gets a really good jump. And Gromik is good at holding runners on. Hegan is a great catcher, so he had a 34 there. He needed a 53. He needed higher than a 53, so he's not going to try to steal. Billy Johnson, he's going to hit it. That's good for extra bases into the corner. DiMaggio is not going to try to score. Now McQuinn has a chance to come up with a big play here, and he does. There's a line drive hit to left field. He's going to probably score both players. We'll see. It'll be depend how Mitchell does in the outfield. If I roll a 5 or a 6, it'll be a double. Otherwise, it'll be a single. So it's a single. So Johnson holds up. But anyway, the Yankees do take the lead with 1 out. Cliff Mapes is up. He's really in the game from a platoon reason, I would suppose, because I'm using the actual lineups. But he hits left. Gromik is a right-handed. That's going to be a strikeout. So a disappointment for Mapes. Rizzuto has a chance to extend the lead here, but he's not going to do that. He grounds out to Joe Gordon. So we go to the top of the 5th, and Hegan, we're at the bottom of the lineup for Cleveland, but he gets a hit the center field. So now Gromik, we'll see if the AI is going to have him bunt. His bunt rating is a 4. The ratings are 1 through 5. 1 is the best, 5 is the worst, so he's not a good bunter. You can see that he hit 146. He's not really good at hitting. He doesn't hit into a lot of double plays, but they are going to try to have him bunt. And we have a chance to go for the lead runner now, but Hegan is fast, so I would need I don't know, a 5 or a 6 out of a 6-sided. So I have a choice here. I'm going to just retire the batter. And we now have our first out, but we do have a runner on second with only 1 out, and the best hitter in the league is up. I could try to walk him, but then Doby could hit a home run, so we'll just try to challenge him, and we struck him out. Hiller is rising to the occasion. He, like I showed you before. I guess it's Gromik who had a shutout or something like that. Okay, Doby is up. Now Doby is hitting a left-handed hitter against the right-handed pitcher. We'll challenge him too. This could be a big mistake. He hits a deep fly to center field, right at the wall, but DiMaggio catches it for the 3rd out. So exciting! A 1-run game. They're 2.5 games out of first place. The Yankees won the first game with a doubleheader here at Yankee Stadium. Hiller is going to hit. He can still face 11 batters, and he hits a single. So everything is going right for the Yankees in this series. Now Sternweiss is up. I could try to bunt here, but he doesn't really get into double plays too much. I'll probably eat my words, but there's a foul out to third base. Heinrich is up. He doesn't hit into double plays either, he tends to be a fly ball hitter, but we'll see what he does here. This could be a double play. It's hit back to Gromik on the ground, and he's very good defensively, but he does not get the double play. It had to be above a 2, and it was not above a 2. Okay, now we got Berra up again. Berra, 2 for 2 with a home run, and he strikes out. Okay, so on we go with this pitcher's duel. Frank Hiller is on the mound. He still has 11 batters he can face before he starts running into fatigue problems. Edwards is going to walk, and I think that now he'll also have a chance for I thought he'd have a chance for a wild pitch or something, but he doesn't. Okay, Boudreaux is going to bunt, and he has a successful sacrifice. So we're in the situation like we were last inning, with a runner in scoring position and only 1 out. Okay, Joe Gordon could get more revenge against the Yankees for trading him last year, and I think he's going to. Here we have an opportunity for a foul out, a rare play, or an infield hit, and it's an even number here on this 4th die roll. So we have a choice of throwing out the runner on second or Gordon Gordon is slower, so with 1 out, we're going to try to throw out Gordon, but it still is a 50-50 chance, but we do get the out. The Yankees have had everything go right for them, but now we'll see if they can get the third out with the runner on third, and they're not going to. It's going to be a double to right field, so we're now tied up. Eddie Robinson is up with a runner in scoring position. It's going to be another one of these. It's going to be one of these ground ball dribbler to the mound, and he's going to have above a 3 to get him out, and he does not. So now there is some trouble for the Yankees. Hegan is up, not a good hitter. I could walk him and face Gromit, but we'll go with Hegan. And Hegan, here we could have a wild pitch, most likely, but Hiller does not throw wild pitches. This is going to be a pass ball, and Berra was not a good defensive catcher when he came up, and this is going to be a pass ball. So Berra let the ball get past him. He lets the Indians get into the lead, and they strike out Hegan. So now the Yankees are going to have to come back. Bottom of the 6th, DiMaggio is up. DiMaggio hits a fly out to center. Billy Johnson is up, and he's going to hit a double to the corner. That's the second double of the game. His batting average goes from 335 to 338. Now McQuinn, he has been good, and he has a single in this game. We'll see if Boudreaux commits an error here, and he does not, just barely. Okay, we have 2 outs now. Cliff Mapes, he's grounded out to the shortstop and struck out in this game, and he's going to ground out to the third baseman. So we now go to the top of the 7th. Hiller has 4 batters. We'll see if Hiller has 5 batters. Gromit has 4. They're going to let him hit, and it's going to be a ground out to the pitcher. So Mitchell is up. He is 1 for 3 in this game. It'll be a ground out to the third baseman. And you can see over here, if I click on game, then I can see how everybody in the lineup is doing against right-handed pitching, because we have a right-hander on the mound. I can see how they're doing so far this season with home runs. I can see how they're doing with RBIs, OPB, OPS, and back to how they're doing in the current game. So Hiller is on the mound, top of the 7th. We can see that Hiller is going to be up next inning, so we're going to try to hope he gets to the inning so we can send in a pinch hitter. There's a fly out to right field for Doby. He's now 0 for so that's the 3rd out. Okay, so now we're going to pinch hit for Hiller when he gets up. The 8th hitter, Rizzuto, is up, and this could be a bunt. So in this game, you've got to have 2 dice rolls that are less than 2 to get a successful out on this bunt, which is very different. Well, I guess he did, because he's a good third baseman, so that kind of changed things a little bit. Okay, now we're going to pinch hit for Hiller. We're going to have, I could bring in Lindell, who's right-handed, or Brown, who's left-handed. I think I'll bring in Brown and to pinch hit, and he hits a deep fly to right, but it stays in the park. So now Sternweiss is up. He is 1 for 2 in the game with a walk. It's going to be a ground out to Keltner, so we have to bring in a pinch hitter, and it's the bottom of the 8th. I really have all of my top, relief pitcher. I have all of my top relief pitchers available, and I think I'm going to bring in Gumpert because, well, Gumpert is actually, he's pitched 27 innings so far this season, and he only pitched 25, so in terms of realism, I better go with Joe Page, because Gumpert has already used up all of his pitching. I could still use him, but I try to play it straight up realistically. So Page is the pitcher. Page was disappointing in the first part of the season. Now he's been a lot better in terms of being a relief pitcher, so he gets the first hitter out now. Boudreaux, he is actually has no plate appearances because he's walked twice and hit a sacrifice bunt. You know, an interesting thing about this year, the sacrifice fly was outlawed. So if you hit a sacrifice fly in 1948, it was just considered an out. Hey, they struck out Lou Boudreau. That's only the second time this season. Kind of historic. Okay, Gordon hits a looping drive to right field, and again, Henrik is going to have to get a dice roll 45 or lower, and he does. So we're getting down to the end of things here, bottom of the 8th. We're in the heart of the lineup. Gromit can face one hitter before he starts to have to worry about fatigue. This game has a great fatigue system. Okay, we're going to... Gromit is a really good defensive player, but this is going to be, is it a foul out or not? And this is determined on the foul space within the stadium, so it's a ballpark effect. And he does hit a foul out to the catcher, and we can see down here that Gromit got a boost here for batters faced. He rolled a 2, and he has a 1 rating up here, so that means that he's going to get to face 10 more batters, so he's going to be here for the rest of the game. Okay, Berra is going to fly out, and here's DiMaggio. DiMaggio has done some incredible things this year, and he hits a home run. So this is about as exciting as it gets, I would say. DiMaggio hits a clutch. It's his 22nd home run, and now Billy Johnson is up, and he's going to walk. Okay, now here's where I'm going to go for it. And McQuinn is going to fly out. Okay, so Joe Page can pick up a win. I can get his 7th win. So we're at the top of the 9th, a tie game. And Keltner lines out to the shortstop. Eddie Robinson is going to short fly out to center. And this is going to be a ground out. Again, the sound in this game is great. In fact, there's a lot of voice sound, announcer sound, things like that, crowd sound. So I have the sound turned off, but it's going to be a double for Mapes. Mapes comes through. Okay, bottom of the 9th. Like I say, everything has gone right for the Yankees. Now we have some decisions to make, and I think I don't want to risk doing the sacrifice over to third because he could just, we have a runner in scoring position, so we'll let Rizzuto hit. He's 0 for 3, and he may get a base hit here. It's unlikely. He's got to get a 62 or higher, and he doesn't. But Mapes, because he's so fast, gets down to third base, and now we're going to pinch hit for Page. We're going to have Johnny Lindell come in and pinch hit. We've got go for it. We have a one out with a runner on third. Lindell is hitting 335, which is way above. He hit 317, so he was a good hitter. Lindell is going to hit a ground ball off the Boudreau's glove because he was playing in to get the runner at the plate. Boudreau's as good as you get as an out infielder, but still he was playing in, and the Yankees have a dramatic comeback victory in the bottom of the 9th, and that's an example of how exciting and incredibly great PC replay baseball is. And we're going to see now that the Yankees are now 1.5 games out of first place. So thank you very much for watching this. I'm Lefty Dad signing off.